Kazakhstan will host its early legislative elections on Sunday, March the 19th, to elect the country's parliament members for its mazhilis, or lower house, and its maslikhats, or regional representatives. Nearly 800 international observers will monitor the election. And to know more about the legislative elections, MGN's journalists Telly, Nathalia, and cameraperson Firman Adfriana have talked to political counsellor of Kasakhz Embassy in Indonesia, Mr. Kazbek Bokebayev.
Kazakhstan, a country in Central Asia, will hold their earlier legislative election this coming Sunday, on March 19, to elect their representatives and their mazhilis and maslikhats. To know further about it, join me, political counsellor of Kasakhstan Embassy, Mr. Kazbek Bokebayev. So, can you explain more what is it the legislative election about?
It will be elections of the deputies, of the member of the majlis of the Parliament of Kazakhstan. The majlis is the lower chamber of the Parliament of Kazakhstan, and concurrently there will take place the elections of the deputies of maslikhats, that is the local representative bodies of Kazakhstan. Maslikhats are established on the regional level, on the provincial level, on the level of the cities of republican significance, on the level of districts, and on the level of cities. It will be fourth electional activity for Kazakhstan. The first being the referendum for constitutional amendments. The second being the presidential elections last year, and this year the first electoral event was the election of the Senate deputies. So this is the final stage of transformation to a new Kazakhstan.
What's the difference between previous legislative election and this time legislative election?
Yes, we introduced a so-called mixed election system, the majoritarian and proportional system of election, whereby the 70% of the members of the majlis will be elected under the party list, and the rest 30% will come from single seat constituencies.
So how many parties will involve in this coming election?
There are 7 parties currently being registered to take part in the elections, and some of them are the new parties, newly established parties, and which were registered just at the eve of the whole electoral procedures.
What will change if the election succeeds?
Apart from the normal procedures such as the change of the cabinet of the government, we expect a new parliament, a new majlis to be more responsive, more. It will be like the fresh intake of air to the legislative system of the Kazakhstan. We expect that new MPs will realize all that initiatives, all that reforms that have been initiated by the President Tokayev, and will lead Kazakhstan to a brighter future.
So what will happen to this current government once the legislators elected and sit in the chamber?
Yeah, shortly after the elections, we expect the cabinet to be refreshed. So that's the standard procedure according to the Constitution of Kazakhstan.
How many voters will participate in this election?
It's just above the 12 million voters. So hopefully all of them will come to this polling station and realize their voting power.
How many polling stations overseas, and will Jakarta Embassy also becoming one of the polling stations overseas?
More than 70, if I'm not mistaken, 77, and one of that polling stations will be located just in the premises of the embassy. We will open our doors for voters on Sunday, starting at 7 o'clock a.m., and it will last until 8 p.m.
Okay, so since this is earlier election, how long it's supposed to be for legislators to sit in their position?
Normally, it takes the tenure is 5 years. 5 years for the majlis and 6 years for the Senate. So the previous majlis elections were held in 2021. So that's why these elections are earlier, and they are necessitated to reset our political system.
And that's my conversation with political counsellor of Kasakhz Embassy in Jakarta. From Jakarta, Telly, Nathalia, Firman, Adfriana, reporting for MGN.